A ride at the fair. Now the ride operator is under arrest. Police believe what happened was intentional. And Colorado state workers responsible for taking child abuse calls get no training. We'll tell you what's prompted a change. Plus, military members are racing in the Marine Corps Marathon. This year, no expense spared for extra security. Thanks so much for joining us this Sunday morning. It is 8 a.m. on October 27th. I'm Lindsay Watts. You will want to get outside today. Beautiful weather in store for us. Storm Tracker 13's Jay Polk joins us now with your forecast. Thanks, Jay. New overnight, a woman is in the hospital after she was shot at a party in Fountain. It happened off of Stowe Circle and Loveland Avenue. Police say a group from the party ran away while many stayed at the house. Police now trying to get a search warrant to enter that home. No arrests have been made yet. We will continue tracking this story and bring you updates as we get them. New details this morning on a bus accident near Glenwood Springs last night. State Patrol is now reporting what caused that crash. Troopers say a bus driver transporting 11 people wanted to avoid a slow-moving tractor trailer driving in front of him. He tried to pass the trailer, but his bus skidded and he crashed into a concrete barrier. All 11 passengers were sent to the hospital. The bus driver only suffered minor injuries and was checked out on scene. A ride operator has been arrested after 5 people were hurt at the North Carolina State Fair on Thursday. 46-year-old Timothy Tutterow is charged with 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon. Law enforcement says the ride that Tutterow was operating had been tampered with. Witnesses say the ride had stopped and people were getting off when it started moving again. 3 injured passengers remain in the hospital this morning. Breaking news overnight out of Brooklyn. 5 people are dead after a stabbing inside a home. Police say the victims include 4 children, all under the age of 10, and a woman. Police won't release the names of the victims or their relationship to one another. One man has been taken into custody, but no official charges have been filed yet. An update to breaking news out of Indiana that we told you about earlier this morning. Indiana University says 1 person has been arrested in connection with an early morning stabbing. University police arrested 18-year-old Zezin Shen. Police believe Shen and another suspect fought with a student at an on-campus apartment building. The student was stabbed in the back. A school spokesperson says his injury is not life-threatening. Right now, campus police are still searching for that second suspect. Police in Phoenix are investigating the shooting deaths of 5 people and 2 dogs. The bodies were found at a Phoenix apartment complex yesterday. Police found 4 of the bodies and the dead dogs in one apartment. Then they found the 5th body in a second unit. They say the body in the second apartment is that of the shooter who apparently killed himself. For now, police are not saying what might have caused those shootings. Looking ahead now, a Fort Carson soldier accused of stabbing 4 people at a Colorado Springs party 2 weeks ago is set to make his first court appearance tomorrow morning. 23-year-old Saul Lucas is accused of attempted murder, burglary, and assault. The victims say he was mad at them for being too loud. Also expected in court is a Fort Carson soldier accused of sexually assaulting children and downloading and sharing child pornography. Specialist Joe Alfred Garcia is scheduled for a preliminary hearing tomorrow morning. Colorado Springs police say there are at least 4 victims and could be more. At least one of the girls, a 6-year-old, was from Colorado Springs. Garcia lived on Welsh Circle near Airport and Murray in the Springs. Colorado is making big changes to its child abuse prevention system. The push for reform comes after 4 boys were rescued from a feces-filled apartment in late September. A number of calls about the boys made to child protective workers had been ignored. Part of the overhaul would revamp Colorado's caseworker training program. Right now, the hotline staff picking up potential abuse phone calls is not trained. That would change under the new law, and more experienced staff would be on the front lines to answer those phone calls. Church and state departments could end up hurting if Pueblo cuts its inmate work release program. This according to our partners at the Pueblo Chieftain. The Pueblo County Sheriff's Office says it could cut its work release program because next year's budget is limiting the department's funding. Pueblo inmates on work release provide free labor to about 24 nonprofits, churches, community events, and state departments. If the cut is made, inmates already assigned to the program would likely be resentenced to alternatives such as home monitoring systems. Early voting for El Paso County starts tomorrow morning. 7 voter service and polling centers will open up then. The centers are there for anyone who wants to cast a ballot in person or change voter registration. The centers are opening after a new law eliminated the neighborhood polling place. You can find the center closest to you under the Big Stories tab on KRDO.com. And also starting tomorrow morning, drivers on Highway 24 near Manitou Springs will face long delays. KRDO News Channel 13's Scott Harrison is live on the highway this morning. He joins us with everything you need to know in your Time Saver Traffic Alert. Scott, good information. Thanks, Scott. Looking ahead now, 2 groups of Fort Carson soldiers are expected to come home tomorrow. A homecoming ceremony is scheduled for 3:30 tomorrow afternoon for about 250 soldiers. They're with the 1st Armored Brigade Combat Team, 4th Infantry Division. They're returning from Kuwait. Another 90 soldiers with the 62nd Engineer Company, 4th Engineer Battalion, 555th Engineer Brigade are expected home at 6 tomorrow. They've been in Afghanistan. Both ceremonies are taking place at the Special Events Center on post. A monkey business crackdown in Indonesia. The government is rounding up the furry street performers to help prevent abuse. Plus, sea lions washed ashore covered in bullet holes. We'll tell you why and what's being done. Welcome back. A live look for you at Sports Authority Field in Denver. That's where the Broncos are going to be taking on the Redskins today at 2:25. Beautiful weather for it. Time is now 8:11. Indonesia is cracking down on monkey business, literally. Security forces are spreading out across Jakarta to rescue animals from street monkey performances. Jakarta's governor says he wants all the roadside monkeys gone by next year. He thinks if they're removed, it will improve public order and prevent certain diseases and stop animal abuse. Under the plan, the city government will buy back all the monkeys and then shelter them at the Jakarta Zoo. Wildlife activists in California say at least 3 sea lions in Malibu have died. They were found with multiple gunshot wounds. It's something activists say often happens around the start of the local fishing season. We want to warn you, some of these images are graphic. An endangered sea turtle is resting up this morning after surgery at Orlando's SeaWorld. The Sea Turtle Preservation Society found the injured turtle near Cape Canaveral and took him to SeaWorld. You can see the veterinarians fixing that turtle up. They're getting rid of 2 fishing hooks lodged inside its body. The 11-pound turtle will be monitored over the next few weeks, and then hopefully it can return to the water. And take a look at these little guys. 3 kittens are safe and sound after they were trapped in a terminal ceiling at Miami International Airport. The airport fire staff came to their rescue yesterday afternoon and brought the kittens to safety. We don't know yet how the kittens got trapped there.